Hi everyone, welcome back to this channel. Finally I had the chance to try this Like Strike Pro from Adidas. Here we can see some of my sizes. As always, we're gonna start with the unboxing. I wanted to check it for a while now and I finally got the chance. And we don't find anything else in the box. Having them on my hands, I can say that they are very lightweight. I'm curious to know how much exactly they have. In comparison with Ultra Boost, the sole is much more thinner. These sneakers are pro sneakers and they are used for 5K to half marathon, so you can understand why this kind of materials and everything in less quantities in comparison with the regular sneakers that we can find in every store. We can see that in this midsole it is hidden some rods. Normally they are using carbon plates. I wish that the shape of this sole had been the regular one, you know, the traditional one, but this is how they are. These ones I'm not sure if they are carbon or they are other material. As you can tell, most of the upper basically is many kinds of mesh material, and this means for summer they will be great. For other seasons, well, not so much. Adidas calls them energy rods and I think they are metallic, but I'm not fully sure. The rest of the foam does feel much better made in comparison with the one from Adidas Ultra Boost. That is much firmer than this one and it's a difference in between them. On this midsole we can see they have some values. I'm not sure what they mean there, but those are the values. By the way, the stack on these sneakers is on the heel 33 millimeters and in forefoot 27. Hopefully in the future I will get the chance to see also Adizero, Adios Pro 2. Those have a bigger stack and I want to see how good is the cushioning on that ones. We can see here the insole. This insole is a bit strange because it's a bit sticky and it did cost me some time to take it in and out because of that. We can see the footbed also is very sticky, so I'm guessing they are doing this because they don't want to move around inside while you are running. So I think this is strategic, place it this way. In the shot we can see the kind of padding they have inside and I will say it's minimal. Something similar I've seen only in Onitsuka Tiger Mexico 66, but those they weren't running sneakers. They are just regular sneakers made with leather. This is the other one. We can see they don't have any issues with the stitching or with the gluing. At least I didn't find any issues on my pair. The heel is semi-rigid. And here we can see a bit the external labels. You can pause the video if you need. We can see here the sole from the right foot. They are using rubber compound from Continental as usual. We can see here the second insole. They are made with foam, but these ones, they are not as soft as the ones that I find in Ultra Boost. In this shot we're gonna see a bit better the laces. You can see here the size and the upper. Please notice the kind of construction that they have. Basically everything is perforated. The mesh from the upper and the tongue, as you can see, doesn't have any padding, just some holes. So all these, they are telling us these are pro running sneakers. This tongue is stitched in 2 points, one is in left and one is on the other side, on the right. You can see it there. Those points, they are quite a bit annoying when you are trying to get them in and out, and I will explain more about that a bit later. In this shot you can see my fingers inside of this sneaker. Basically it's just a very thin layer of mesh, nothing else. That is the upper, and it's reinforced with some stripes made with rubber. We can see here the laces, and I do feel that they are very good quality. They feel like cotton, maybe they aren't, but still they have good quality and I like them. And finally we have the weight test, the moment of truth. Let's see how much weight they have. Well, this is a first. This is a brand new record on this channel. I didn't see any sneakers to have so much less weight than these ones. We're gonna do 2 attempts because I want to be sure that I have the correct values. Bear with me. Well, seeing this, I cannot complain about anything. They are very, very lightweight. And now I will take them on my feet. This is the first time for me. As you can tell, I am struggling to get them inside because of those stitches that I told you before, that they are on the lateral side of this tongue. Once you have them inside, well, everything is okay. You'll have to work to get them inside. As you can tell, I don't have flat feet and my arch is a bit bigger than other people, and the instep also, so maybe that is one of the reasons that it's harder for me to get them in. Also, because of that, I can't put the tongue exactly in the middle. Those stitches won't allow me to do that. Here I'm trying to show you how much free space I have inside. It's around 2.5 centimeters, maybe slightly more in comparison with Ultra Boost. And that means they are true to size for me, this 41 1/3 or 18 US. I don't know if you can tell from this shot, but the tongue is going a bit to exterior in my case. It's not on center. I don't know if you can see it. If you are wondering how is the cushioning in comparison with Ultra Boost, well, it's simply amazing. I don't have anything to compare here. Ultra Boost used to be great, but for the last 2 or 3 years has changed it, and now it's not anymore. The last time that I liked it was in 2020. After that, it's just too firm for my liking. The only thing that I'm thinking now is how to convince Adidas to make a pair of sneakers that have this midsole with the Ultra Boost upper, the older one, the one from 2020, and with the sole from, I don't know, from the 22. That will be a great sneakers, and maybe the stack to be somewhere around 40. That will be a beast. So Adidas, if you want to sell a lot, do that. That is my recipe. Thanks in advance. For a second I lost my balance there. I think the heel it's a bit too narrow, and I wish it was a bit wider for a better stability with them. The toe box from these sneakers I think is the widest I found in Adidas so far. It's a bit strange to say that, but for me it's the widest. But on the opposite side, the instep, it's a bit too cramped for me. Those rubber stripes, they are digging into my instep and my arch. Those rubber stripes, they shouldn't have been there, or maybe at least to have some elasticity. You can always loosen up a bit those laces, but those stripes, they are still there and they are not well placed. At least for my feet, they are not okay this way. So I think it came the time for pros and cons. For pros, well, I like this midsole. I think is a great idea, much better than Ultra Boost. I wish the Ultra Boost had this midsole. This kind of midsole is very similar to the one from Nike Zoom X Invincible and FuelCell from New Balance. They are very similar, these three. This one has a small advantage in my opinion, because it doesn't wrinkle as much as New Balance and Nike. The comfort, well, it's good on them, but I didn't like those stripes that I was telling you. Those stripes, they are really digging into my instep and my arch, and they are a mistake. They should be maybe wider, or they should be made with different material, but the way they are made right now, I don't like them. And I feel bad to say that I don't like the comfort with them, but what can I do? If for my feet they don't feel okay, well, they don't feel. Maybe for somebody else will do, but this is my situation here. So I do like these sneakers, but they need some changes in my opinion. Also, I can understand that they cannot be for everyone the same. Our feet is different, so maybe you will have a better experience. Maybe I didn't have with these ones and I have with other ones. Well, this is how it is. Now cons. Well, for cons, first of all will be the price, because they aren't cheap. They are 200 euros here in Spain and $180 in United States, so they are pretty expensive. Also will be the problem with the sole. It's very thin, and that one, it will not last too much, so they are not tough enough in my opinion. I know that some of you will ask if they can use them as a lifestyle sneaker, and I will say I don't think it's a good idea, because they are not tough enough. They won't last. Maybe if you are using 2 or 3 months, they will fall apart, you know, because they are not made to be a lifestyle sneaker. So being very lightweight, being very thin, that upper, you will end up breaking them very easily, you know. So I don't recommend to take these ones over, I don't know what kind of model from Ultra Boost. If you want them for lifestyle, use a lifestyle sneaker. If you want them for running, yeah, they can be a good option if you try them and if you don't have the issues that I have with them, which are not very big, but it's something to take in consideration, you know. So my final thoughts on them: they are good sneakers, but they can be better. With small changes, they could be even better than they are right now. So yeah, if you want to check them, give them a try, and let me know in the comments how they are for you. I think I will end here my review. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. If you have any questions, please let me know. Don't forget to subscribe because it's very important for me. And please stay safe.